Three passengers who survived a plane crash in the Parklands have told of their terrifying ordeal as they narrowly missed buildings, trees and a major road. They've also described the final dramatic moments of the flight that could have ended in disaster had it not been for the skill of the pilot.
An incredible story of survival after crash landing in Victoria Park.
It was almost deja vu. I'd seen this same scene somewhere before in my life. And sorry. I just asked if it was real.
Nursing a foot broken in 4 places, David Boulter was one of 4 skydivers on board.
I've landed before and I've experienced, some rough landings, but this was 100 times more rougher. It was the biggest and loudest bang that you've ever heard.
The plane's doors broke open on impact and 2 men were catapulted out.
And I felt somebody go out the door. I had no idea what was going on.
The plane had been flying for around an hour, taking part in a practice parachute run for the Masters Games and was headed towards Victoria Park.
And the engine started to splutter a bit, and then the plane started to lose height.
Realised that we were in deep trouble was when we banked. I think it's the old Queen Victoria Hospital there, the corner there. I saw the roof. It was as close as I am to the back wall here.
In its last moments, those on board say the engine had stopped and the plane was virtually gliding.
We were more, you can do it, and keeping the pilot calm.
If he hadn't done what he did and it backed off, we would have been in the building. It would have been in suburbia, in houses and dead.
Remarkably, no one on the ground was in the path of the plane.
The fact that we all got down and there was no deaths or anything like that, that's a blessing.
3 on board walked away relatively unscathed. David and 1 other sustained minor injuries. At least 3 are already preparing for their next jump.
I was ready to get on the plane today, except we weren't allowed because it was a bit too windy.
But the competition did go ahead before the strong winds hit.
We are moving forward and planning to keep going. I think these sort of things actually bring our community together. We're very much a tight-knit community of family skydiving.
Despite his ordeal, Keith Perrott will suit up to take part.
As you can see, I'm back here again today to continue on.
And after what they've been through, the big question for the survivors is, whose shout is it?
What was going through my mind was that this is going to be my first crash and I'm going to have to buy lots of beer.
I've been asked to buy a carton of beer to celebrate.
I think I'll be shouting everybody to drink.
Harvey Biggs joins us live from Victoria Park. And Harvey, what's the latest on the police crash investigation?
Well, the Australian Transport Safety Bureau is conducting an office-based investigation from Canberra. Now, last night the plane was taken apart and removed from the scene. It's now back in the custody of its owner, Adelaide Tandem Skydiving. Now, the ATSB will begin its investigation on Tuesday to piece together exactly what caused this crash. That'll include interviewing the pilot as well as passengers and witnesses, and also examining photos and videos from the scene. Now, they expect to have to hand down their findings in 3 to 5 months. Will?
Yeah, thanks very much. Harvey Biggs there.